if someone comes to my country that I fought for and that I bled for and can't follow the law of the land, the first thing you do, and I know because I have a lot of friends here, Venezuelans, well, they're not here now, that I beg not to make that trek through some, not with us anymore, but make that track to get to America. So you're willing to risk your life to break the law. I said, the first thing you do when you get to my country is break the law. And I said, I've been here following your law the whole time and getting penalized to do it. I said, and I lived in Germany, I lived in Africa. So, and I'm like, we always have to follow the law when we go somewhere with a blue passport. I said, but everybody else gets to come to our country and just be like, and I can't even call it our country because it's really not ours, but you know, they come and I'm like, and I tell them like, don't do this. There's other ways.
If you commit a crime in this country while you're sitting on a green card or you're sitting on, now that doesn't mean speeding tickets and stuff like that.
No, that actually
especially if you're an illegal, no, look, come on.
My ex-wife had a great,
that's silly. But if somebody comes here and commits a violent crime, you're not going to find me or anyone else rational that doesn't say, you know what? The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to find you a ticket out of here. Mm-hmm. No one is complaining about ICE tracking down on criminals, right? I have a real problem with ICE cracking down on refugees. The two gentlemen that my son was protesting over were here legally.
Correct. That's correct.
They were from Venezuela. Yes. They were showing up for their required, not
correct,
optional, required court date, and they were nabbed.
I'm talking about those that don't have any papers.
Yeah. Right? When you are coming in as a refugee, when you go to the border, this is international law. This is with ICRC, United Nations, everything, right? You come across the border, you report yourself, and you report as a refugee. That is very different than someone who is coming out here across, right? Now, what this administration has done during their first trip, and several other administrations is, and Congress particularly bad, is they didn't have enough damn immigration judges. They didn't have enough personnel to be vetting these folks. And here's another crazy idea. What do they do everywhere else in the world where there's refugees? They bring in the ICE. What do they do everywhere else in the world where there's refugees? They bring in the United Nations and the ICRC who have refugee camps, and they vet people.